What's good? What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Urban Platform Speak. Make sure to like and subscribe as you come into the channel. Check out the content. And with that being said, man, I want to speak on the Golden State Warriors and how I think that their window of opportunity to win a championship is closed. You know, and I thought coming into this season that they might have a small chance to come back and try to run it back from last year and come back and get healthy and pick up where they left off last year. Steph Curry got hurt last year in the playoffs, you know. But this is it's close, man. Steph Curry is just all of the guys are old. They just old and over the hill. And Steve Kerr, as a coach, in my opinion, he dropped the ball, especially when it came to developing younger talent. And they had some talent, whereas though they could have brought these guys along and maybe would have been in a position where they'd be able to challenge for a championship. But it just seemed like Steve Kerr just got into he just relied on the old reliable. Now you can't criticize because they had 4 championships doing things the way that they have done it, right? But now, like I said, that window has closed. I think that if they had to develop the kid Jonathan Kaminga, brought him along better, I think that it would have been better for them. It wouldn't be so much on Steph Curry. Now in order for the Golden State Warriors to win, Steph Curry just got to play out of his mind. And to ask a young player to play out of his mind every night, like give you 40 points, because that's what Steph Curry really gonna have to do is like score almost 40 points a game. And at his age, it's not gonna happen. Now, even if he was young, like 5 years younger, so that still probably wouldn't happen because it's just a lot. Jimmy Butler, in my opinion, last year was his best opportunity. Like if they could have stayed healthy, then last year would have been his best opportunity. Even last year, I thought would have been they would have had an outside chance of making it to the championship and win it. But now this year, let me see what the NBA standings are, man, because I don't see them. They may make the playoffs, but I don't see them having too much success in the playoffs because they just an old team and they look old. Draymond Green, he looks old. Let me see NBA standings. Let me see what Steph Curry team is at, where they rank in Western Conference. All right, so where's Golden State? All right, Golden State is 11 wins and 10 losses, right? Yeah, they 11 and 10. Let me see. That's not good at all. That's not good at all. And you got to figure we're only like 20 something games into the season, right? So if we're only 20 something games into the season and they playing a little bit better than 500 out of 21 games, they got 11 wins. It's not looking good. Draymond is too old. And what's hurting them is that small ball. That's another thing that's hurting them. Houston got size and length. Uh what's the other team? OKC, size and length. Was San Diego. I mean, not San Diego, the Spurs. San Antonio, the Spurs, they are size and length. Golden State is just too small. So you can't go up against Shangoon. You can't go up against the guy Holmgren or what's the big boy name? Wemby. You can't go up against those guys. They 7-footer. What can Draymond Green do with those guys? Oh, and he not big enough. Like I said, they had the kid Poole, but they let Draymond Green run Poole out of town. He was a good fit for them. Who else? Like I said, uh Kaminga, they wouldn't let Kaminga shoot. So if you don't let Kaminga shoot, you don't let Kaminga like play, play his style of basketball, then this is what you get. And I guess Steve Kerr is willing to live with this. Like I said, this has gotten them 4 championships, but it won't get them it won't get them another championship. I can't see it. I can't see them with this team as they're currently constructed getting another championship. You know, they thought last year when they brought in Jimmy Butler that he was going to breathe new life in him, but Jimmy Butler is he's just too old now. You watch Jimmy Butler on the court now, like guys are not even respecting Jimmy Butler like they used to, especially these young guys because they going around him. They're stronger, and they're more physical, these young guys. Jimmy Butler just don't have enough gas in the tank where as though he can dominate or be the force that he was, like 4 or 5 years ago. It's just not gonna happen for Golden State, man. Let me look at these because yeah, so you got OKC in front of them, Denver is in front of them. Let me see. Minnesota is better than them. Phoenix is having a decent year, you know. Yeah, I don't see them. Then you got Houston, like I said, you got Houston, San Antonio. Let me see. I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say Memphis is better than them. I'm surprised at Dallas. Dallas because Anthony Davis is hurt at Dallas, so Dallas is not really, a threat to them. I like that kid Cooper Flag though. He the future though. He not right now. He not ready. New Orleans, they not a threat. Memphis is not a threat. They got problems with the kid Ja Morant, the guy Ja Morant on there. So, but yeah, man, I don't see them. I don't really see the Golden State Warriors really going anywhere, and it's due to their age. They aged out. I don't know if and who was the guy? I forgot the guy that was the general manager for them. I think he was trying to bring in new talent, younger guys, and trying to get the younger guys like implemented into the program and bring them along. But for some reason, Steve Kerr just refused to trust these younger guys. Steve Kerr only know one way to play, one way to coach. That small ball. Now, that small ball could work in the era, but it's just that small ball is really, in my opinion, has it's just phased out. You can do small ball when the game is not as physical, especially in the low, in that paint area, and you could do the small ball when everybody's trying to emulate Steph Curry and shoot a whole bunch of threes. That worked for them. But nowadays that small ball is not going to work. You got guys now in the league who are really utilizing that mid-range shot. And so they shooting that mid-range shot, which is a higher percentage shot. You know, and it's a better shot to shoot because now you don't get those long rebounds. And if you don't get those long, so you even rebounding better. So I think they just a bunch of dinosaurs on the Golden State Warriors. And they just, long in the tooth. And it's showing. Steph Curry not gonna be I hope he don't get hurt though. You know what I mean? Just trying to really carry the team and get them over the hump. But it's over with, man. I don't know. It's over with for Steve Kerr, Steph Curry, Draymond Green, and Jimmy Butler. They just look like a whole bunch of they look like the over the hill gang, basically. That's what they look like. And so that's my take on it. I thought that they was going to be able to make a push because, and the reason why I thought that is I thought they was going to try to implement Jonathan Kuminga a little bit better than what they're doing, but they're not even playing him like And I know he probably wishing right now that he had left and went somewhere else because they just really don't look good in my opinion this year. So that's my take on it. Y'all make sure to like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll check you all out in the next video. Peace.